America is back. It's stronger than ever before. And I'm telling you, it's only going one way. It's going up. As long as we keep our current thinking, our current system, it's going up. If you go the other way, nothing ever succeeds. I made the statement once, with communism, everything turns to shit, okay? It's true. Terrible thing.
Well, Americans aren't against the war. A poll just came out. Americans don't want high gasoline prices, but they're not against the war. That just came out loud and clear in a poll. Nobody wants Iran to have a nuclear weapon. Do you want Iran to have a nuclear weapon? You think it's good? Go ahead.
So, ladies and gentlemen of Georgia, the golden age of America is upon us. We are in the golden age. This is the greatest we'll ever be. And together, with your help and the patriots all across this magnificent land, we love our country. We will make America powerful again. We will make America wealthy again. We will make America healthy again. We will make America strong again. We will make America proud again. We will make America safe again. And we will make America great again. Thank you very much. Thank you, Georgia.
Hey guys, Cortez here with another episode of Scriptures and Wall Street. I hope you're doing well. A lot of stuff going on as usual, but wanted to bust out the charts. We got some new charts that have updated, and you know, I wanted just to talk about wealth, right? Wealth in general. You see, we've been taught so much just to save into the same old things passively. Grandpa or grandma said, you know, you always need to put money in the bank and buy silver or open up this 401k and invest your life savings into it. And what we've heard is a tale of mix of good discipline, parents and grandparents that truly loved you and they wanted to give you the best advice they thought was helpful during their time. But as we get into this new era, things are changing. Like I always mention Warren Buffett and his style of investing. The discipline will continue to work, but the vehicle is not the same anymore. We can't just blind eye buy the same stock over and over and over again and hope that it's going to be there when we want it to be there. You see, AI has changed the game. The robots, the trading bots, the smart wallets, the smart institutions. The institutions have some of the best, if not cunning, software to manipulate any type of algorithm or market in their favor. And as you invest in this 401k, just know on the other side of that market is someone looking to take that money. Now, we have two big threats going into retirement in this day and age in 2026 going into 2027. What if I told you that the biggest conspiracy theory or the biggest method is not what you think it is? What if, and just stay with me for a little bit. If you haven't heard about Green Money Solutions, let me tell you, a lot of retirees, they stick their money in their 401ks, they stick their money in their IRAs and their Roths, and they rely on stocks and bonds, even precious metals to grow their retirement, to get them to their retirement destinations. You need principal protection. You need an account that has ability to protect your money, grow with the index that you're currently already following with 100% risk. Now you have a principal protected account that will grow with equity-like returns, and more importantly, withdraw those funds while your account accumulates. If that is something that you're interested in, Green Money Solutions is a national brand that will protect your retirement Over the past 22 years, our clients have successfully implemented this strategy to create a secure and safe retirement. Most advisors don't have access to this because they don't get paid to offer green money. All you have to do is go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out the information, and let's just have a conversation. What if I told you the biggest takeover is not the transfer of wealth from baby boomers to millennials? And I know I've said that so many times about how my childhood getting into this profession, that I have job security for so long. But what if I told you that even that projection was wrong? And stay with me, and some of you may get angry. You're only angry because you haven't done anything. And if you're offended, then I would question why you're offended. Why does it bother you with what I'm about to say? If it does bother you, then you know you are safe. You know you're doing something. But what if I told you that the biggest transfer of wealth is not from baby boomers to millennials, but rather from the middle class to the institutions? You see, inflation has eroded so many Americans from their purchasing power. We have assets becoming more expensive. I mean, it's over $50,000 to buy a brand new car. And we're not talking like Lexus or a higher end vehicle. We're talking about like a Kia. The Kias are like $45,000 now. There's some that are $60,000. Just insane. Cash is losing value. Purchasing power is losing value. And then we get tricked into buying precious metals thinking it's going to help. But that is not green or yellow money. It's red money. It has its problems. You cannot diversify into an asset and claim that it's a one-man band into retirement. That's the dumbest thing. The Bible says that invest in 7, if not 8 things, because tomorrow we don't even know what's going to happen. And as men, as providers, as securers of our family and our legacy, we have to put the armor on so that it just covers from not just forward and backwards, but every angle, guys. Like, we didn't even know the interest rates were going to skyrocket from 2022 to 2024. But here we are. Large institutions are accumulating real estate beyond measure. Banks are collecting high interest, predatory loans. Student loans are still bad. We have cars being repossessed right now. We have mortgages at a 2019 high in defaults, in foreclosures. So I don't think it's far-fetched to say, what if the greatest transfer of wealth is from the middle class to back to the institutions, and AKA also the government? Because not only do we have this stealth like tax, but we do have a hidden tax. Most people think taxes only come from Washington, but inflation is a massive stealth tax. Your groceries are doubling. Your electric bill is climbing. And more importantly, your paycheck is buying less and less at a time. And no politician wants to vote on that. No politician wants to talk about it. They'll just say, we're going to get inflation down. There's no plan. There's no macro plan. There's no economic plan. And we don't even trust in politicians, as you guys know. So even if inflation goes a notch above 2%, let's just say 3 or 4%, it's still eroding your USD, your dollar. Your purchasing power steadily declines and climbs and climbs, and inflation goes higher and higher and higher. Is your money working harder than inflation? First and foremost. Because if we have it in the bank and you're getting a 4 or 5% CD, that may sound nice and cushy until you realize a CD, a certificate of disappointment or certificate of depreciation, you reluctantly, you didn't probably know this, but when you bought a CD, you've given ownership rights to the bank on your money. The only thing they have to agree to is to your request for withdrawals if they have it. Now, if they don't have it, they don't have to give it to you. You are now a beneficiary of the account, but you're no longer account owner. You do not own the funds. The bank does. You relinquish your rights to that money. And if you don't like it, you can pay for an attorney to try to get your money back in a solvency issue. Good luck. And for those of you that have precious metals, I have it in the storage in the bank, a safe depository box. You can kiss that money goodbye too, because as soon as that bank ever closes, the contents of the security deposit boxes in those banks are now the banks, and you're just a IOU holder. You're a creditor, and they'll owe you and they'll pay you back in their own terms. So good luck with that. What I'm telling you is that we see more and more of this language. We see a lot of this language where we're not even talking about the whole reason why I got into retirement planning 22 years ago is I was supposed to cater to the baby boomers. The baby boomers, going back to Gerber, ever since the Gerber came out, the baby boomers had baby food. The Mustang came out in the late 60s. Remax came out before then, right after the Great Depression. Everybody wanted to buy houses. They got married. And then all these nutraceutical companies, big pharma, anything that made you look younger were doing well in the early 2000s. And like now, long-term care facilities, things that cater to an older crowd, now that they're seniors. And some, unfortunately, are dying off. But if you follow in those indices that cater to the baby boomers, you are almost guaranteed a job, guaranteed a business that will thrive during this baby boomer era. But the biggest threat is that the baby boomer era is now going to pass on their assets to the millennials. And for many years, companies like Career Builder and Monster.com and all of these things pre-AI were projecting all this research, all the market research was projecting that certain industries will benefit from the baby boomers as it has in the past. So I bought in and I became a retirement planner. I thought I was pretty decent with people and I know a little bit about money. So why not give it a crack 20 years ago? Here I am. I say that because I don't want you guys to go into retirement blindly. It is more than just stock market returns. Like people are literally upset because they didn't make anything in their green money account or they made 20% and they think that's going to happen every single year. Guys, what's important is that you own your money. You actually own your money. This is such a huge thing. I don't think people realize how simple but yet powerful that is. We are in a situation where quantum finance, quantum computer hasn't even touched the surface yet. Once that dog gets loose and out in the public, it's going to freaking bite everything imaginable. Your whole life will be track, trace, and controlled. And you will question, what do I even own anymore? Remember, the Klaus Schwab motto is, you won't own nothing and you'll be happy doing it. Die with nothing to your name and be happy. That has always been the Project 2030. Knock on wood. Knock on wood. You've listened to this. You're in God's hands. We will not fear the inoculation. And like it says in Joshua, he'll never leave us and he will never forsake us. We really have to start believing that. We really have to start aligning our hearts with the one and only. Because when we align our hearts, we no longer worry about the financial. We no longer worry about the medical. We no longer worry about anything legal. As a matter of fact, it's proven when you read scripture that your anxiety levels go down over 47%. Addictions go down by 25%. Like it literally is the true antidepressant. It truly is the greatest personal development book of all time, knowing that there is a Savior that is here to save you, that there is a Savior that no matter what you've done in your life, that cross and the blood of the Lamb will clean you whiter than snow. But you always have to remember, is your name written in the book of life? That's really my aim for this show. We can talk about money. We can talk about financial traps. And I'm good at it. I'll tell you all this stuff as a retirement planner for 22 years. I'll tell you the biggest mistakes clients have made. And I could talk to nauseum about all the crazy things I've seen. And maybe I do that. But today is not the day. Today is just stressing out, what do you actually own? I can't believe I'm talking about this, but it's the truth. What do you actually own? If you haven't heard about Green Money Solutions, let me tell you, a lot of retirees, they stick their money in the 401ks, they stick their money in their IRAs and their Roths, and they rely on stocks and bonds, even precious metals to grow their retirement, to get them to their retirement destinations. You need principal protection. You need an account that has ability to protect your money, grow with the index that you're currently already following with 100% risk. Now you have a principal protected account that will grow with equity-like returns, and more importantly, withdraw those funds while your account accumulates. If that is something that you're interested in, Green Money Solutions is a national brand that will protect your retirement. Over the past 22 years, our clients have successfully implemented this strategy to create a secure and safe retirement. Most advisors don't have access to this because they don't get paid to offer green money. All you have to do is go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out the information, and let's just have a conversation. It is so bad, guys, that municipalities are getting into these words. So I have a client, I can't say names. You know who you are. I have a very dear client, awesome client. Love what he stands for. Great people. They live in Puerto Rico, you know, where my mom's from. So I am going to do extra hard to help my people in Puerto Rico. Did you know that Puerto Rico has what's called a Puerto Rican registered IRA? A Puerto Rican registered IRA is not the same as an American IRA. Granted, they're U.S. citizens. They cannot vote for the president. Their country gets less funding than the state of Mississippi. It is disgusting what the Jones Act is doing for Puerto Rico. And here's the crazy part. Half the island serves our military. A third of the island has paid the price. So we have a country that literally will give their life for a country that doesn't actually honor them as a state. And it punishes them with their own tax code in the retirement account that only favors the island of Puerto Rico, not America, the island of Puerto Rico, which is so detrimental to them because they have to save into this Puerto Rican 401k or IRA, and they cannot roll it over into America until they pay all the taxations, not even a backdoor Roth IRA. This is terrible, absolutely terrible. There is no one I can call to say, hey, let's fix this. Maybe I should do something for the island. Maybe I should get together with some of my smart buddies and start cracking the whip. And I'm biased. Obviously, I'm biased because I have family there. My mom is Puerto Rican. That makes me half Puerto Rican. My wife is full Puerto Rican. Both her parents are from the island. So I have family there. And so as I look into this, I'm like, guys, what do you actually own? They've been setting this garbage up since the 50s. They already knew. Baby boomers had money. We will tax them when they give them all to millennials. But during this whole time, during all this media crisis and social media and distractions and the Charlie Kirk shootings and 9/11 and COVID, we're going to start changing up the tax code, and we're going to slowly kill this tree. The way it looks like is the institutions will win because they'll simply continue to just corner everybody with knowledge that they didn't know they existed, and they'll learn the hard way the lack of knowledge. Just like scripture says, my people suffer from the lack of knowledge. And that's what's going on here. They are changing so many laws where you don't even own the stuff anymore. This tokenization process, that's a beginning revealing behind a curtain, just a sneak peek of what is about to happen. I don't need to talk about tokenization because it's everywhere. Larry Fink is leading the charge on it. This is why he continues to say that quantum is going to be bigger than anything else, bigger than AI. This guy's willing to get rid of all his billions in Bitcoin to fund quantum. The track, trace, and control agenda is not just here in America. It is all over the globe. And this is the one world government that we speak of. This is all have been set up. Even professionals like myself. We knew something would come up, but even the legal jargon is so complicated that sometimes we can't even comprehend what these rules are and what it actually is, because it's common sense that no one's not going to take your money. If a person puts money in an institution and they're registered and they're safe, there's no way they're going to steal it. But I'm here to tell you, they may not like do highway robbery, but they can. They can do it through taxation. They can do it through contract law. They can actually do it through several different ways. And it's only going to get worse with tokenization because there's no regulation yet. They're just now introducing KYC into crypto at a whole nother level. We have the Patriot Act. We have that. But here's what's crazy. Here's what's really crazy. For those of you that have Coinbase, crypto.com, and you're into crypto, you buy the crypto, you keep it in your Coinbase wallet. Guys, I'm telling you, they have banking law disclosures on it. So the government cannot control the price of crypto. They can't do anything, the printing, the taking away of Bitcoin. They can't do anything with that. That's the most beautiful part about crypto and actually Bitcoin. It's a decentralized asset. But you know what they can do? They can change up the laws pertaining around it so it makes it difficult. And what they've done is now if you have an exchange like a trading floor, you have to register your name, your social, your address, your biometrics, your pretty much everything. The KYC rule is effective, just like any mortgage account, life insurance account, checking account, insurance account, you name it, bank depository account, checking account, business account, simple IRA, the whole thing, every single financial account that you could possibly think of, as well as a payment processing account. You got to do a KYC, know your customer. Now they've done it with crypto. Just 5-6 years ago, you could have gotten away with buying a ledger and putting all your crypto on a ledger off of the exchanges. And I still recommend that you get a ledger and put your money off of the exchanges on a cold wallet. But if you left your money on exchange, like if you log into your Coinbase right now and you have something silly over 100 grand or 50 grand, anything over like $1,000 is nuts because they can shut down. Coinbase could go belly up one day. They are a public traded stock company, by the way. They could lose everything. And guess what? Just like the bank depository box at your local bank where you have your gold in, you won't be able to liquidate. That company, an example, let's just say it's Coinbase, they have an exchange where you can buy and sell. Those assets are no longer yours. It's theirs. You don't own it. So we're seeing it at the most technologically driven place, which is crypto. So we don't own the money in our bank. We don't own the money in the exchanges. We don't own the money in our 401k. What do we own? And it's time to get serious. What do you actually own? And I'd argue you don't even own your precious metals. What did they do in 1940s? They took your gold. But Carlos, precious metals is going to go up. The dollar is going to crash. You knucklehead. They're pumping up the dollar now. The same people that crash the dollar are the same daggone people that are pumping the dollar. Don't believe me? Guess what I'll do? I'll show you the charts. Not saying I'm anti-silver. I have silver. I love silver. I think it's a great asset. It's just going through a cycle. And I don't think you should have all your assets in silver. I think that's the dumbest thing. And I think having a precious metal IRA is even dumber because you don't own the IRA. You told the government where you have this money at, and you told them the address, you told them the account number, you told them everything. You really trust the government with that information? You think they care if it's in Delaware or Massachusetts or Montana or in a deed restricted state? Come on, guys. A creditor proof state? Well, let me break it to you, big boy. You don't own it. You don't own it till you sell it and you have it in your hands. I own this puppy. At one point, this was $110 right here. This troy ounce silver from Cornerstone. Beautiful. It has a Bible verse on it. Now it's only worth about $50. 55 if I'm lucky. Did you sell some when it was 110? Since the dollar crashed? You know? What makes you think you're going to sell it when it hits 300 if you can't sell it at 100 and you bought it at 17? Tell me, what actually makes you think you're going to sell it when it hits $250, $300? Are you that greedy? Do you think it's going to go to the moon? It's going to go to 1,000, man. It's going to go 500. We're going to be rich. We're going to be really rich. Don't be that guy. Sell all new highs. Sell 10% and you'll be fine. I got laughed at when you guys said, oh, man, you're an idiot for selling silver. You're an idiot. And I'm like, okay, man. I know one thing. I know how to look at a chart and I can tell you when it's going down. You're calling me an idiot because I offended your retirement plan that you thought was bulletproof. And now you look like a dummy. I'm not saying you, but there's some people out there that thought silver would never, ever, 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 ever crash. Now they're scratching their head. They don't want to admit that I was right. That's okay. God gives me wisdom. And then for all those knuckleheads that say, oh, God, silver is God's money. You know what's God's money? You know what's really money? Malachi 3. Malachi 3 is God's money. He tests us. And more importantly, God said, be a steward. Put in your money in silver and gold is not steward-like if it's all your assets. It is still red money. If it's steward-like, you don't lose money, period. So I want you to start thinking, investment risk is one thing, but what you actually own is a whole nother ballgame. Because, guys, it's easy to make money in the markets. It's easy to make money in green money. It's easy to make money in yellow money. I could do it in my sleep, dude. But do you have the ability to own your money? Or are you so fixated on rate of return when you don't even know if you can have the return on that rate? You can't even know if you will have access to that return. The return of your money and the return on your money are two different things. If you haven't heard about Green Money Solutions, let me tell you, a lot of retirees, they stick their money in their 401ks, they stick their money in their IRAs and their Roths, and they rely on stocks and bonds, even precious metals to grow their retirement, to get them to their retirement destinations. You need principal protection. You need an account that has ability to protect your money, grow with the index that you're currently already following with 100% risk. Now you have a principal protected account that will grow with equity-like returns, and more importantly, withdraw those funds while your account accumulates. If that is something that you're interested in, Green Money Solutions is a national brand that will protect your retirement. Over the past 22 years, our clients have successfully implemented this strategy to create a secure and safe retirement. Most advisors don't have access to this because they don't get paid to offer green money. All you have to do is go to greenmoneysolutions.com, fill out the information, and let's just have a conversation. Which one do you want to have in your favor? And I think I know that answer. So if you wanted to learn more about what I do, go to greenmoneysolutions.com. Check out greenmoneysolutions.com. It's not meant for everybody, but I can finally say we have an account that is anti-CBDC, that actually is insurance, that never goes down in value, that has principal protection, that you can withdraw money, make money while you're withdrawing. I have so many examples, so many clients that are doing this, and they're like, man, this is great. I put $561,000. My account is over $500,000, and I pulled close to $200,000 in the past 5 years. This is awesome. And if you go higher, then there are some other opportunities with notes and things that pay 20+% a year. Those are not guaranteed. Those are still risk assets. You want to have the ability to have principal protection. You want to have the ability to have the ability to grow your assets while you're withdrawing monies, and it's automated. And the market goes down, okay, you might get a zero, but all the years, all the gains that you've had the previous years are now your new principal. And then the following year, you see a stock market rally after it collapses. So you're getting all that growth too. And more importantly, since it's tied to an insurance carrier, it's also tied to your personal life. They can't take it. There's no more Delaware. Go to Delaware and go to Texas, and we know your precious metals. No, this is contract law, man. Contract law has its own set of rules, its own set of feet, its own set of table that it supports. So a whole nother map, geographical map, that it's out of the jurisdiction of the government. It's out of the jurisdictions of people that are trying to sue you, the creditors. So what I implore you to do is, if you have any style of retirement that you would like to protect and get it out of an account that you don't even know you own, go to greenmoneysolutions.com, book an appointment, request information. Steven, Cindy, Raz, or Shane will reach out to you, set up a phone call with either myself or one of my partners, and we're just simply going to have a conversation. It's that simple. You can go to greenmoneysolutions.com. I've updated the website with some product videos and a little about us. Hope you like it. Spend some good time on it. But I want you to have your options. Maybe you're just like in a situation where you're in a city, right, with limited advisors, or you've been with this advisor for 10, 15, 20 years, and you somewhat trust him, but he's not on the same page spiritually. You ask him what happens when the dollar crashes, and he just looks at you like a weirdo. You ask him, what do I need to do to protect myself from the CBDC? And he's like, what? Man, that's not going to affect you. You got the FDIC protecting you. And the stock market yields 14% since 1950. And you just have to ride it out. Do you really ride it out when you're 55, 60 years old and you're trying to retire in the next 2 to 3 years? You're trying to retire at 62 or 63. Or maybe you're 55 years old and you're trying to retire at 65. And you can't afford losses. You just can't. So what I highly recommend is go to greenmoneysolutions.com, just check out the videos. If it resonates with you, see if it's right for you. It should be mobile friendly. And if you have any questions, you can email me at info@cortezwm.com, or you can call us 813-448-3446. I even have a company website. You can go to cortezwm.com if you want to learn more about financial planning. We're setting up wills and trust, a tab for clients that need wills and trust. Maybe you're in yellow money. What is yellow money? We'll be talking about yellow money here shortly. I love yellow money. Yellow money is great for someone that wants to have some risk. It is a security. It is managed money, but there's different set of rules there. You know, our yellow money accounts could make anywhere from 10% on a conservative side. On the most aggressive one, we have a hedge fund that is yielding anywhere from 50 to 110% a year. But you got to be willing to lose half of your asset. It has a standard deviation of 50. Like, it's nuts. Like, if you really wanted to go hedge fund, I have some great ones. And then I have, obviously, middle of the road, you know, moderate. Our moderate portfolios are kicking butt, man. They, on the yellow money side, they're anywhere from moderate is going to be about 14 to 16% in annual returns is what we're experiencing. Of course, past performance not indicative of future results. And yellow money is managed money. You need a certain license to offer this, and we need a consultation. If that's you, go to cortezwm.com. And investing does involve risk. But I think the main point is knowing your colors right, knowing that we're not building wealth hastily. You build it hastily, the Bible says that you will lose it just as fast. That the prudent and the wise grow it slowly, but they're the ones that have control and that create wealth. So I know you are the second one. You guys are really smart. I get a lot of phone calls from awesome educated people, and I love all y'all. And it's a pleasure speaking with most of you guys. All you got to do is just give me a call, 813-448-3446. Let's get you out of the precious metals psyop. Let's get you into some real managed money, real green money. Let's own our money, guys. Not some FDIC crap, not some precious metal IRA garbage junk at Goldco or Gold Star or Equity Trust. These brokers, man, they don't have your interest at heart. I've spoken to so many of you guys, and these brokers have taken you to the woodshed. Get out of that system, guys. Give me a call. Let me help you. Let me restore your retirement. Let's get you aligned biblically, spiritually, consciously, financially. Let's get you aligned right. And I love y'all. Thank you for liking, subscribing. Everything on this podcast is for information and education purposes only. If you would like investment advice, give us a call, 813-448-3446. But guys, don't forget to get your peptides from getmeleanusa.com. It's helped me a ton. I'm actually going to be, hopefully this week, under 200 pounds. For those of you that have been with me with my weight loss journey, I was at 265. I was a former soccer player, and I was used to eating 8,000 calories a day, because we would burn like 10,000. And so as I became a financial advisor, I sat and talked a lot, didn't run. And I gained 95 pounds in a matter of 10 years. So I've went from 265 now to, hopefully by tomorrow or by the time you watch this, I'd be just at 200 pounds, 199. My goal was 200, but I'm pushing it to 190. So I can't wait. All I'm doing is taking my peptides, walking, and eating protein. Literally, that's it. No special diet, crash diets. I'm eating the food that I love, just counting my proteins and trying to stay in a caloric deficit every day and just walking 10,000 steps. You see these bracelets I have my Rise Up Kings. I always wear my gold bracelet, but this is a band, and it tracks all my steps. And I get to calculate. What I've eaten, my blood pressure, pretty much. And these peptides are just tools to help you support a good lifestyle anyway. But it's our job as men and women to stay in shape for our kids, to be able to be alert, to be healthy. So go to getmeleanusa.com. Get you some great natural peptides that are animal-based as well as plant-based. Company made here in America, and they will ship to your door. If you don't like it, just sell. Just cancel it. Very simple. And, I do make a few bucks in profit, so it helps. It helps with the show. As you know, this show costs a lot of money with the networks. Not your fault. Something I signed up for. I just want to continue my message on helping people. I'm very passionate about making sure your retirement is secure, because I don't want you to have to work at Walmart unless you want to when you're in your 70s. Well, with that being said, guys, I hope you like the new website, greenmoneysolutions.com. Don't forget to like us on Rumble. Scriptures in Wall Street is on YouTube. Scriptures in Wall Street is on Apple and Spotify. Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Okay, guys. Well, I'm out of here. God bless, and I will talk with you soon. So how many times have we gotten lost in the minutia of the everyday life? We've gotten fat, we've gotten lazy, we've gotten complacent, not just in our faith, but also our fitness, maybe our finances, maybe our marriage, maybe our family. But we've gotten complacent, and we constantly need to continue to grow. And one of the things I was weak at was in my fitness. As a former athlete, I thought I had it all. My ego got in the way. I'm like, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Up until now, I have been able to focus on my fitness. For those of you who've been following me for 3 or 4 years, you understand that I've gained a lot of weight. I've used the excuse of having 4 kids, a marriage, a business, helping out at church, all these excuses. And I keep putting myself in the back burner. This is deadly. And what I love about this company, what I love about taking ownership, is that GetMeLeanUSA.com has the ability to introduce natural, groundbreaking peptides. What your body demands, what your body needs to release those fat stored cells, to build muscle, to gain your physical being back to where it's naturally supposed to be. We're not talking about big pharma saying we're going to come out with the weight loss drug. We're not talking about losing muscle. We're talking about gaining muscle, gaining your physique back, controlling your appetite, giving you the edge that you need to help you get your body back in check the way God intended it to be, by using his resources with America First products, with America First company that aligns and believes in what you believe in. Introducing GetMeLeanUSA.com. Get in. This is going to be groundbreaking, huge business opportunity, as well as a huge groundbreaking technology that is going to change the landscape. So I know good things before I see it, and I highly recommend you get in. All you got to do is click the link below and get you some fit, get you some lean, and get fit and get lean. This is not going to do everything. Of course, diet and exercise, you continue your walking, continue your protein intake, but man, does it make it a whole lot easier to get in shape. Look at me, I've lost 60 pounds, but this is actually fundamentally a great recipe to get back in shape. And I can personally attest to the amazing effects of this product. So go to getmeleanusa.com. You won't regret it. You can cancel anytime. They're affordable, and yet they're effective. And you are supporting our show. You're supporting yourself. You're supporting a mission. There is an affiliate program attached to it if you would want to share it with your friends and family. There's a whole nother opportunity there. But more importantly, let's get your fitness back in check. God bless you. Carlos Cortez here.